they do all four of these things, and then the fifth thing, the fifth layer of security is the network itself. And by the network, I'm really referring to the Bitcoin mining centers. Every place the Bitcoin miners set up their own mining center. They're plugging into the energy grid. They're bringing in the mining rigs. They're engineering them and suiting them. They're getting the political support. They're raising money, and now the miners themselves have their own companies. And there's a lot of public companies and a lot of private companies. We'll have like a dozen publicly traded Bitcoin miners by the end of the year, but let's say there's hundreds of private companies. All of these companies are part of the network of security for Bitcoin. They all have skin in the game. They all have invested human capital, financial capital, technical capital, energy capital, time. As you can imagine, they don't want to lose that. Right? They feel pain. And so because they feel pain, they don't want to lose that, they invest to protect that. And so how do you invest to protect $100 million invested in Bitcoin mining? You're going to contribute to political campaigns. You're going to hire lawyers. They're experts in Texas energy law. You're going to hire lobbyists. You're going to hire marketing people that are going to explain why Bitcoin is good for the world, not bad for the world. You're going to hire HR people to manage all your HR issues. You're going to hire financiers to report this to the investors. You're going to spend a lot of time talking to all these constituencies to make the investors happy, keep the politicians happy. You're going to be an early warning system against mishap. Like if there's a bug in the software of Bitcoin, or if there's a bug in the hardware of Bitcoin, if you don't trust the mining rig manufacturer, you're going to push back. If you think that the software is not being upgraded fast enough, or the hardware is not being upgraded fast enough to keep the network secure and to protect your investment, you're going to lobby and agitate. And you're going to do that in a context where there's a balance of power between you and the node operators, the validators, who's a lot, right? There's a lot of them. And then there's also a balance of power with Bitcoin investors, right? If you try to change the number of Bitcoin, or you try to change the hash, or you try to change the block size, you'll probably have a lot of Bitcoin holders that'll push back on you. And then you're going to do it in balance with your fiat investors, the people that hold your securities or the derivatives. And you're going to be managing the business to try to stay in alignment with regulations in 100 different jurisdictions. And you're going to be communicating all the time. So the Bitcoin mining network is the fifth layer of security of proof of work. And ultimately, when you get to a point where you have 50 well-capitalized Bitcoin miners, and they've got billions of dollars each at stake, and they're spread across all the countries in the world, then they are, in essence, the first line of defense for Bitcoin. Right? You can call them different things. You can think of them as, I refer to them as a motor of sovereignty. They're running the motor that keeps the sovereign network fresh, and they're providing the transactions and the security. But you can also look at them as at the roundhouses on the wall, right there. They are the first thing you're going to attack, right? When you decide you want to attack Bitcoin, you're going to attack a Bitcoin miner. They're the first thing to get attacked. Since they have the most at risk, if you're a Bitcoin miner in China, right, what have you suffered? That a lot. They have the most to lose. And so the Bitcoin miner in Switzerland is going to be spending a lot of time, thinking about whether there's a political attack coming from Switzerland on Bitcoin.
Right.
They will be the early warning system, the canaries in the coal mine.